Good morning, welcome back to the channel. This morning it's Monday and I'm just getting ready for the start of the week. We've got the feed bin hopefully turning up today. Just listening here to Farming Today, we're taking the dogs for a walk. They're talking about muck on the land and how muck's going to be changed. You're not allowed to spread it at certain times of the year, and pollutes rivers, which is, you've got to be careful about spreading it. So there's some things being changed, and also there's a fertilizer shortage at the moment, as there is a shortage for many other things. So it's going to be an interesting one, I think, going into the next few weeks and months, and certainly into the winter for a lot of farmers. This is Maisie, Meg's daughter. So Maisie's about 8 or 9, aren't you, Maisie? She's the younger of the two, and yeah, she's one of our sheepdogs. Clover runs in the field, and Maisie jumps up on the bales and runs up.
Should they also expect to be paying more for it?
At the moment is because the price of gas has gone up by 1,500%. So this is very much a sort of food production is fertiliser manufacturers. The CO2 is a byproduct of the production process in an extremely pure form. And so here, for over 100 years, mankind's been reliant on mineral fertilisers to make up a shortfall of natural manures and fertilisers. 2/5 of the world's population are alive today because of mineral fertilisers. There's just not enough of the natural stuff to go around.
This is why I love coming up here to have my cup of tea. You see that we've got some starlings just flying over there. I don't know if you can see that. And then we've also got the sun just coming up this morning. And then we've got Maisie chasing Clover, Clover chasing Meg, and they're all running around in circles. Ryanair's back in business again. Well, we're just making our way back to the yard, and the turnips have progressed over the last week. They have started to shoot up a bit more out of the ground. The bulb's still quite small, it's still got a hell of a lot of growing to do yet. There's more of a smell, if that makes sense, as well, of the brassica in the air now. They're starting to smell like turnips. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but just in the middle there, towards the farmyard, that's our biomass boiler. That's the pine just beginning to get burnt, which we chipped up the other day. And if you're around the yard, there's a lovely smell of pine this time of year. Okay, so we're back in the yard and we're on to our first job of the day, and we've just crushed up this old ramp here, and this is where the is going to go now. Digger driver Arthur today is just putting the concrete blocks into the bucket, and then I'll take them away over to the other side of the road, and then they'll be cleared up, and we're going to put the feed bin just where this old concrete is. Go and get rid of that. This will go back to colliers, and then they'll grind this up and turn it into crushed concrete. So we've gotten rid of the concrete, now we're just taking out the soil, and then we've got to then prepare the base for the silo, which is 3.2 by 3.2 metres wide. So that's going to be today's job, is making the base to pour the concrete into. This job along here has been a long time coming. We've been coming in and out of this shed for many years, and the shed's, going into the shed has always been really bumpy, and it's been quite wet around here in the winter. So Arthur, who's just on the digger there, is going to just grade this out and level it, and then we're going to put a bit of crushed concrete on here just to keep it nice and tidy and smooth for the winter, and then he's going to build it up with the crushed concrete so that it keeps the area here dry as we come in and out of the loader in the winter. Yeah, it's pretty good. And this will be levelled out, and that'll make a nice yard. is where the TriStar's now going to go. It was going to go just over there by the diesel tank, but then we decided this morning that a better place to put it is just over here by this old shed here, because it's actually out of the way of the wind, and it's also a place where we're driving past here all the time with the loader, so it would work quite well just to pick up a bit of feed as you're driving through. This is the sort of area where we're going to concrete this tomorrow, and then this bit on the right, this is where today we've put a load of rubble, crushed concrete, and what we're going to do is I've packed it down with that packer as you'll have just seen, and I've just been driving over it as well this afternoon with the Manitou and a bit of soil in the bucket, and just to pack it down really, and just to try and get it compacted down. And then just on the left, Arthur, who's on the digger today, just asked him to just grade this out and just level this so that it's a bit more level for when the rain comes in the winter, because in the winter this gets really wet. All we're doing is just raising up the ground a bit to avoid the water, and we'll put some more crushed concrete maybe around here and grade this area out. What we're going to do later on, we're going to concrete from the end of this beef shed here to the farmyard, which will be a lot nicer in winter. And we've put the crushed concrete down now, so all we've got to do is just level it out, and then we can pour the concrete on top of that pretty much and just grade it out. So it's like a temporary job with the crushed concrete, if you know what I mean, but it's worth having it around. It'll do the job for now. And something else which is quite exciting is we applied for a rural grant to concrete the yard, so hopefully in the future this will be concreted along here, and then this will be concreted. We've got the hardcore here, we'll just rip all this up and then dig down, put the hardcore back down, take out some soil, and then we can concrete the whole part of this whole part of the yard, which would be quite nice, having a concrete yard, which will make a huge difference. But for now, this is going to do just for the next few months until we finalise the grant and get all of our concrete sorted. So yeah, it's been a productive day, and this has all been done with lasers by the A-team from Alan Collier, and they've done a smashing job. And then tomorrow we'll pour this in, and we'll see that base set. We've got to get some long bolts for the TriStar silo. If you imagine, yeah, the TriStar will sit there basically, so that's where we're going to have it sit in there, but it'll be bolted down. It's a 7.5 ton feed hopper, so it will hold quite a bit of feed. And we've got some crate feeders we'll put it in. We'll also feed a little bit out by hand, and then we've also got a machine, the auger bucket. We sometimes put nuts through there as well with fodder beat as well. So yeah, it should work pretty well. Thanks very much for watching today's video, and yeah, tomorrow we'll pour all the rest of that concrete, and yeah, it's been another lovely sunny day. End of summer, unfortunately, but there we are. I'll take Clover out now for our evening walk, and early to bed, early to rise, as they say. Keep being positive, keep it up there, and I'll catch you on the next one.